That's also out of focus. Took a really long time to get the message across. That's also something. People get bored really easily. Me too. So this one got 160,000 views from Maywelly Media. Let's dig into it. Okay, right off the bat, I would like to talk about a few things. Let's go back a few. Right here. The close-up is not the problem. There are more unnecessary close-ups like this one, for example. Where the filmmaker points at something, he says, look at this, but it's unnecessary. That thing is not serving any purpose, not telling a story, nothing. But this here is, we understand he's ditching the fork, but my problem is, it's out of focus. That's the first part. Things out of focus that are on a close-up is very amateur, in my opinion. And also the motion blur is something I don't really like. Sort of the shutter speed was incorrectly set. You know, the thing is, we can see that somebody is holding the light from the window, it's reflecting. But that's maybe something that you notice after watching it a couple of times. But what I don't like is the harsh light on his face. The light above, I can live with that, it's not that bad. But the light on his face is too warm, too harsh. It should be a little lighter, softer, further away, maybe a better light source. That's also what stood out for me as amateur looking. And boom. Here comes the twist. Nice, well done. Not a good place to stop the video. Well done, it was in focus and that looked better. And also the sound foley there. Creamy, slimy sound and stuff. They did this a lot and I like this. Also the dolly shot at the end going backwards is really good. The shots themselves, the camera quality, everything looks nice, the sound is good. There's no talking, so you can't do much wrong with dialogue and sound. The music is not my type, but the music was also well done because it was timed perfectly. As if like it was composed for this particular short film, which maybe it was. This one's called Not Today. Out of focus, but not bad so far. Some little things stood out as amateur for me. The pacing, it's a little bit the cuts. It's a sound kind of misplaced. Also the shot out of focus was very important. That's something that throws you off immediately. That's also out of focus. Okay, so we've spent 1 minute 15 seconds already in this short and we understood that he's procrastinating writing his essay. Took a really long time to get the message across. That's also something. People get bored really easily. Me too. This time the fan is not spinning. That's also something that is kind of weird. It's the shot was okay. This slide across to his phone was good, but there was light movement. Right at the end, it's like moving, shifting a little bit. Probably he used a warp stabilizer or his gimbal or something is not working properly. Yeah, also no lighting really. There should be light coming from the left side on his face. The way he's stepping into the shot. It's a little bit harsh, I know. Also, never use automatic lighting. And never ever set your camera exposure to automatic. Never ever. You see it getting darker? Maybe here it's not that bad, but he set it on automatic. I saw it in a couple other shots. So wait, he's writing do 1 hour on his essay for him to remind himself? That also is kind of weird, but it's for the viewer obviously, but he could have done it another way maybe. Looks weird to me. So this short film was by How Films, Not Today. So basically the message of the story is to stop procrastinating and doing things now in the moment and living in the moment and getting your stuff done. The last point I would like to make about this particular short film is that I would aspire you to think more about your ideas, brainstorm more and get better ideas to make it a little bit more exciting for the viewer. Still getting a message across is important, telling your own story is important, but it needs to be somehow exciting and entertaining. Entertaining doesn't mean it has to be funny, it has to have action, there has to be explosions or a helicopter crash. No, little conflict doesn't hurt. That's my own opinion, everybody has a different taste, but that's what I think. But overall, this is how you learn. You put stuff out there. You learn by doing. And I don't want to be too harsh. I go a lot into technical stuff and also more of the negative side. But there are also a lot of positive things. The framing, the shots. There were some shots that look crisp. And also try to make your shot stand out a little more. It has to stand out. It has to be not unique necessarily, but somehow standing out of the others. Because this one didn't stand out for me, to be honest. I linked all the short films in my description. If you enjoyed this type of critique review video, leave a comment and let me know and give me some critique and what I can do better. For example, my background looks amazingly boring. I have still a lot of work to do. And my English is not very good. German is my first language. I would appreciate if you also would give me feedback if you like this type of content. If you like, you can always message me, you can link me your video, your commercial, your music video, doesn't matter. If it's a video, I can look into it, I can review it as best as I can. And yeah. Thanks everybody for watching and see you next time.